All right, good afternoon, class. My name is Gabe Willis. What I'll be doing is an instructional video, I guess, on what I do in my initial meetings with my student athletes. I'm an academic counselor for the men's basketball team at the University of Southern Mississippi. So, what I'll do is I'll take you through everything that I go through with them. Um, I guess let's say you all were academic counselors or wanted to be academic counselors. I mean, you wanted to ask me what I did with my student athletes in my initial meetings. So what I'm going to do in this video is kind of take you through everything I talk about with them at the beginning of the fall semester, summer semester, or fall, spring, and summer semester. In fact, we just had a meeting today about summer semester. So I'll kind of take you through a little bit of what I do, what I talk to them about, and really what I do on a daily basis. So in our initial meetings, what we're doing is really just laying the foundation of what we expect throughout the semester. And in these meetings, I have all the coaches, my boss, head coach, director of basketball operations, everybody that's involved with the basketball program, they're in on these meetings. So what I'm doing is I'm just laying the foundation of what I expect. Um, this goes down to how I want them to appear in class, what I want them to do in class, and really my thing with my athletes in class, I always want them to have their appearance on point. I don't want them sagging their pants. I don't want them wearing sweats all the time in their class. I want them sitting on the front row. I want them having their books on their desk, and I want them attentive, taking notes, asking questions, just really being respectable students in the class. We all know how student athletes can be. I was a student athlete. I played basketball at Pearl River. We, went to class oftentimes and didn't do anything. So what I tell my students is, if you really don't want to be there, fake it. That sounds a little crazy, but not coming to class with anything on your desk or not asking any questions puts a bad taste in the teacher's mouth. All of y'all are teachers. Some of y'all, if you've had student athletes in your class that came in and thought they were above your class, it really put a bad taste in your mouth. So what I do is inform my students to always go to class and just be attentive and be respectable students. And matter of fact, go have a conversation with the teacher after class every day if you can, just to let them know you're there, let them know you're happy to be in the class and you want to do well. The second thing I do, I may go over some general scheduling. What I'm in charge of is study hall times, setting up tutors, setting up writing center, speaking center, and things like that. So I'm going to get all of those things out on the table, let them know what they're required to do, let them know the hours of study hall that they're required for. And in my basketball players, they're required to do study hall at least 6 days a week, oftentimes, sometimes 3 to 4 hours a day. It's very demanding on me, but it's a very demanding sport, and we need it. So, in that part of the meeting, we'll talk about study hall hours, tutors, and different, I guess, levels of help that we'll need for the semester. I always address being respectful. I always address, that they're the face of the university. That I'm a part of the universe. I'm a part of the team now, so really, they're an extension of me. So I want them to always carry themselves as respectable young men first and foremost. So in the future, if you ever want a career as an academic counselor for athletics, what you want to do is just make sure that they understand first and foremost their identity as a student first and athlete second. Oftentimes, this identity can get messed up, and I think it's because of how they're recruited. Their initial identity is with the athlete role. So, as academic counselors, it is our job to really refocus them on the student role. Then it's very important that you're organized with your study hall times, with your tutors, or anybody that's going to be a part of your academic program, helping your student athletes. And lastly, I think it could be most important is just letting them know that they're the face of the university. They're here to be positive young men, respectable young men at all times. Athletes oftentimes get this larger than life attitude, and I think it's our job to, constantly remind them that, you're here to do a job. Be respectable. Be a representation of you and the university, and always carry themselves accordingly. So all you future academic counselors out there, that was just a snippet of what I do and what I try to do at my initial meetings to get off on the right track. And please, if you want to go into this field, just give me a call. I hadn't been in it long, but I think I may be a natural at this thing. And that's not being arrogant. I just enjoy what I do. I enjoy being around the kids. I was a student athlete, so I really get them, and I care about them. And I think that's a huge part. If they genuinely know you care, they genuinely know you're there for their best interest in all areas. And another piece of advice: get to know them personally. Don't just go in and be work, work, work. Always ask questions about their personal lives. You can delve, um, and they'll enjoy that. They like that in the end. So if you desire that position, this is just a little piece of information about what I do and how I do things. So there you go. Now I guess I can write my how I felt about the video and turn it in. Have a good night.